Kailua versus Kaneohe. It's only about 10-15 minutes away, but there's a lot of differences between the two. So if you're balancing where you want to live or where you want to buy, possibly rent, you're definitely going to want to watch this video because there's a lot of differences. So stick around to get all the details. See you on the other side. What's going on, guys? So you maybe have made the decision that I want to live on the Windward side. It's beautiful out there, and I see that there's two areas that I generally focus on, which is usually Kailua or Kaneohe. Those are usually the two decisions that a lot of my clients who want to be on the Windward side are between. But there's a lot of differences between the two when it comes to lifestyle, home prices, and everything when it comes to actually living in these two places. So we're going to unpack that today. But before we do, if this is your first time here, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Patrick Wally. I'm a licensed real estate agent out here in Hawaii and have been for nearly a decade, helping buyers, sellers, investors, and people deciding between Kailua or Kaneohe with their real estate needs. So with that being said, if you have any questions about real estate, feel free to reach out to me. Got my contact information right here. You can directly DM me on any of my social media platforms, or what I find to be the best is in the description down below. There's a link where you can actually book a call with me or one of my teammates where we can unpack your wants and needs when it comes to moving or living out here in Hawaii. With that being said, let's truly understand the differences between Kailua and Kaneohe. First thing we're gonna go over is commute. So a lot of people, unless you're working from home, may be commuting to town. Now I have found that in Kailua, it's a cute little beach town. As you can see in these videos right here, I love living here. It's a great place. But Kailua town, because it's so popular, because people want to come here for the beaches, the cute boutique shops, just the vibe, it tends to get pretty busy. So depending on where you are in Kailua, it may be a little bit more of a challenge to get out of Kailua, especially from the beach area, to the main highway. Now you have a couple different options. You have the Poly, you have the H3, as well as the Like, but the direct access is generally the Poly. That's going to be the easiest, and the H3. But I would say if I was to battle these two when it comes to the quickest way to get town, I would say Kaneohe is a little bit easier. Again, depending on where you are in Kaneohe, because it's not as busy when it comes to, let's say, tourist traffic. You do have direct access to Poly, the H3, and the Like very easily, and it's very simple to get to town. So commuting wise, to get to town, I would probably put a vote in Kaneohe actually winning that battle. But again, they're two different lifestyles, and we'll jump into every single point of that. The second thing we're gonna go over is lifestyle and vibe. So Kailua is very much, kind of reminds me of a beach town, maybe California. If you're looking for something similar to like Manhattan Beach or certain parts of San Diego, where you got your yoga studio, you got your Whole Foods, you can walk around to some cute boutique shops. They've got a Target, a bunch of great different fitness places nearby, and it's just a cute town, and it's got a beautiful beach. You've got Kailua Beach, you have Lanikai Beach, you have the Mokaluas, which you can paddle out to. You have an amazing pillbox hike and a few other hikes in the general vicinity, and it's a great lifestyle out there. Now Kaneohe is a little bit different. You don't have that many tourists going there. It's just outside of Kailua, but what you're gonna see is everything is not so much surrounded around the beach. It's more surrounded around the bay, Kaneohe Bay. If you have a boat or you love boat living, Kaneohe is a great option for you because you have the Sandbar, which you can see right here, absolutely stunning. You can take your boat out there, you could kayak out there. It might be a little bit of a workout, but nonetheless, everything is kind of surrounded around the bay. There isn't a bunch of beaches in that area. Even though we're on a coastline, it's kind of rockier. Isn't really beaches. You want to go to Kailua for that. But if you're looking for boat lifestyle, or if you also enjoy the lushness or greenery, Kaneohe is a great option for that, especially if you're trying to get away from tourism, because it's more of a local vibe. Now, what Kaneohe also offers is they do have the Kaneohe Mall, which has a movie theater, a bunch of different eateries, as well as a Target, which they just installed. So you do have the conveniences of that, and it's pretty easy to get up and over the hill over to Costco, a little bit quicker than it would be going from Kailua. Additionally, when it comes to lifestyle and vibe, you're also going to notice that the weather is slightly different in Kailua to Kaneohe. Kailua is going to be a little bit warmer. You're definitely going to get a little bit more breeze because you are on the windward side. Both of them get breezes, but a little bit more breeze in Kailua. And what you'll notice in Kaneohe is because you're closer to the mountainside, it's going to be a lot more lush and green because there's more rainfall over in that area. And depending on where you are in Kaneohe, whether you're deeper in, let's say, Hui Manu, or just in Kaneohe proper, you're definitely going to get more rain, and some more than others. Now, with that being said, you'll also notice on the Kaneohe Ko'olau mountain range, there's a bunch of ridges, and what you can see is some stunning waterfalls when it rains, which is pretty rad, especially if you're driving on the H3, where you can see all these waterfalls surrounding you. It's one of my favorite drives. Now, the third big difference is going to be housing inventory and price. Now, you're going to see a huge discrepancy when it comes to price. Even though these areas are not too far from each other, Kailua is a hot spot. A lot of people want to live here, again, for that lifestyle, being close to the beautiful beach, the ease of commuting or walkability score for the area. So there's gonna be a price point for that. Now, the median sales price for a single family home over in Kailua, now again, you can find it for much cheaper than this, but is about 1.7 million. That's up significantly from just a couple years ago. Now, utilizing that same data pool for Kaneohe, it's about 1.3 million. So there's a huge discrepancy between the two. Now, generally what you'll find in Kaneohe, sometimes you'll find bigger lots, sometimes you'll find a bigger home, but you usually are going to get better price per square foot in Kaneohe than you will Kailua. Again, generally you're paying for the vibe, the lifestyle, and maybe the location. Now, if you're in the condo market, condos in Kailua are usually about 800, and in Kaneohe, the median sales price is about 620,000. So again, large discrepancy between the two. So at the end of the day, which side best suits your wants and needs? Well, again, it really comes down to, usually the first thing is price, the large discrepancy with the median sales price. So Kailua is definitely way more expensive than Kaneohe, but let's say that you are budgeted for both. If you're deciding between the two, it's really going to come down to the lifestyle that you're looking for. Are you looking to be closer to the beach? Are you looking for maybe better walkability score and you are okay with tourists everywhere? Well, Kailua would be a great option for you. Or maybe you want something that has more rain, more greenery. You want to feel like you're in Hawaii, but you don't have to be super close to the beach. And you want easier access to the highway and to get into town. Well, Kaneohe might be a better fit for you. So it just really depends on what your wants and needs are. Of course, your price point or your budget, that's really going to help dictate which one would better suit you and your family. But there's a lot to unpack. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, I got my contact information right here. You can directly DM me on any of my social media platforms, or again, the best is to just book a call with us down below in the link in the description. So with that being said, I'm Patrick with Team Roger That. Hope you have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you soon. Aloha.